boy stared coldly at the psychologist, without saying a word. He just kept drawing. The doctor was just about to speak. The boy interrupted her.
Make things happen.
The doctor was puzzled. Asked the boy what he controls. The boy looked furiously at the doctor.
You.
Doctor obviously doesn't believe it. Didn't take the boy's words seriously. But that's when something strange has happened. That night, she drove home from work. Just as the car drove into the tunnel, there was a traffic accident in it. The scene was full of grief. The people on the bus were dying. She's scared. Her hands were shaking. Next day, she came across the picture left by the boy yesterday. One of them, with yesterday's car accident. Exactly the same. And there is a pig in the picture, trembling to see it all. The therapist couldn't believe it. This pig, that's exactly who she was. When the boy came to see the doctor again, the doctor took out the picture, asked the boy how he knows. The boy was drawing a picture, while describing it in detail. Yesterday's accident. The doctor was frightened at once, asked him if he saw it on the news. Unexpectedly, the boy answered calmly,
I made it happen. As if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here.
See, the doctor showed doubt in his eyes, and the boy told her, there will be a gun in your drawer. The doctor looked back. This is even less likely, with or without a gun. How could I not know? To find out what happened to the boy, the doctor looked at his past cases. The weird thing is, the doctor's diagnosis of him. It's all different. One of them says so. All that he dreamed was true. The more the doctor looked, the more strange. She remembered the boy's prophecy today. Curiosity drove her to open the drawer. There was a pistol in it. She was in a shock. How is that possible? Is this just a boy's practical joke? At this very moment, the phone rang in the office, and the people on the phone. It seems to have been foretold. What happened to the doctor?
You have to kill him before he kills you.
The alarmed doctor inquired of the dean. The dean had to tell her. This caller, it's the boy's old attending. Not long ago, the doctor climbed to the roof with gasoline. Behavior begins to become abnormal. He poured petrol on himself, and lit the match in his hand, planning to burn himself. Match slipped to the ground. The flames spread rapidly. Fortunately, he survived the ordeal, but the body and mind were traumatized. There are more and more doubts about the boy. The woman goes back to the office, spread out the pictures of the boy one by one. The picture bears a striking resemblance to reality, like this one about the sound. Her office. It is true that there are strange noises. Can a boy really control the future? And look at the other paintings. She suddenly found in the boy's picture. There's another murder lurking. The woman found a book in the ward. She thought of the picture the boy had painted. It says the exact same name as in the book, and in the painting, it was a man who fell from a building. The woman rushed up the stairs, trying to save the man who jumped, but it was too late. Women are scared. This man, it was the boy's former attending physician. When the woman comes to the hospital, when she asked him about the boy, she found the attending physician. He's been through the same thing before, and ended up choosing self-immolation. She could only keep reminding him,
Stay with the facts.
but the attending physician, but she insisted on letting the woman kill the boy, or there will be consequences. Then he turned and left again, run to the roof. This time he succeeded in killing himself. Death of the attending physician. That women have to believe. The boy's picture is real. She's got a boy. Ask him why he painted all the accidents and disasters. The boy did not answer her question. He asked instead,
Did it scare you? The gun. Well, I looked in the drawer, but I didn't find it.
The woman lied. The boy picked up the picture book again, and this time he painted. It's a man who sinks to the bottom, and then the boy wrote down the man's name, Kieran.
She's swimming? No, can't swim. Shouldn't he be saved? No.
Woman is outwardly unimpressed, but when the boy left, she hurriedly drove to the dock. Original. Her friend is also called Kieran. They were supposed to meet at the pier tonight, but he didn't show up. A woman calls a friend's number, but she couldn't get through. Can't help it. She had to go home. She waited for her friend to call her back, but at this very moment, she saw a piece of news. In the midst of the flood, 2,500 people were killed. She searched desperately for the boy's picture, and sure enough, on one of them, the figures were written in 25. The woman was petrified. The more she thought about it, the more it went wrong. Headed for the docks all night, but a friend's number, and she can't get through. The woman had to leave a message. Don't go to sea. She thumped at her friend's yacht, and there was no response. And so, she untied the rope of the yacht, let the boat drift away. She thought, as long as the yacht is gone, friends can't go out to sea. This will prevent the tragedy from happening. The woman was relieved. Then he continued to look at the boy's picture in the car. Then she saw one of them. It's a boat with people lying on it, slowly sinking to the bottom of the sea. It's over. The friend was in the yacht he had just let go. She wanted to save him herself. Didn't expect to hurt him. All the prophecies in the picture have come true. The woman came to the shore in horror. There really is a faceless man fishing there. On the rocks next door, it's all broken planks. Rescue teams are also salvaging the homes of friends. Women don't think that much. Drove straight to the boy's home. Took him by force. She took the boy to an abandoned factory. Outside are the policemen who surround themselves. Women have been pushed out of their minds.
An echo boy. Or when you shoot, everything will cease to exist.
She raised her gun slowly. This scene, exactly like the pig in the boy's picture that was killing itself. Until now, she's been living in a boy's painting. Wait for the woman to wake up again. Sitting next to it was his own dead husband. It was just a few years ago. She was in a car accident while traveling with her husband. Husband dies. To forget the pain, she came to the new city, working as a therapist in a hospital. Who knows but accepted this character strange boy. Since then, women are tortured all the time, and it's only now that women find out. Husband didn't die in the car accident. Instead, he was wounded. She is recovering gradually. Everything seems to be back on track. And all this stuff about boys. It was like a dream she'd had in a coma. But the woman can't believe it. Because this dream is so real, she suspected that she had been through parallel time and space. So she picked up the phone, dialed the number of the friend. But that guy on the phone is Kieran. But he didn't even know her. What women and boys are going through. She's still fresh in her mind. She packed overnight to the hospital where he used to work. And the people she worked with in the dream didn't even know her. And the attending physician who jumped to his death. It doesn't matter. But even so, women still have doubts. Everything in the dream is real. The woman decides to find out for herself. She came to the archives. There's a file on the floor. Just as she was about to open the file, the boy came out of the darkness. He told the woman all this was a test for her. It's like Schrodinger's cat. If women aren't curious to see the paintings, none of this will exist. But women are always checking up on the past. Because she called a friend in the middle of the night, causing him to fall asleep and fall down the stairs and die. These tragedies, it's all a woman's curiosity. The boy finally gave the woman a chance. The file in front of you, open or not open, it's up to you.
Do you want to know what happens next?
The woman looked at the file. She couldn't help opening it after all. It was filled with sheets of white paper, and at the bottom, hiding a pistol and a painting. In the meantime, something terrible has happened. She got a call. The guy on the other side said there was a storm. Her husband was killed by a falling roof. And the picture in the woman's hand, it was the scene of the husband being killed. The woman who learned the truth was devastated, and the boy disappeared. Wait till she wakes up again. Found herself in a mental hospital. The boy stood in the corner, staring at her. Only then does the woman become apprehensive.
You need me. This isn't about me, is it? It's about you.
Women finally get it. Everything you've been through is a lie. And the boy has no ability to control the future. He used to live in a happy family, but a car accident took his father's life. Mother could not bear the great grief and committed suicide. Ever since, the boy closed himself up, refused to talk to anyone. To escape the fear, he dreamed up a world of his own. And women has always existed in the world of boy fantasy. The end of the story, the woman sees the truth. To appease the masters of this imaginary world, the boy finally opened his heart to make up with himself. In this story, boys and women have a lot in common. For example, they have lost their loved ones. The two were in deep sorrow, can't heal for a long time. And the point is to tell us, only learn to face and accept. Life is not like a marionette, manipulated and influenced by past pain.